Chester, Pa. Fabinho cringed at the memory. "I remember it because I put everything into it," the veteran left-back said, recalling the 1-1, 7-6 penalty kick defeat to Sporting Kansas City in the 2015 U.S. Open Cup final. "My wife tried to help me but I cried for 3 days in a row." It's a common sentiment for those that recall the Union's back-to-back 2014 and 2015 Open Cup final losses. But after taking down the Chicago Fire 3-0 in the Open Cup semifinals on Wednesday at Talen Energy Stadium, see observations, the opportunity to cure that misery has presented itself for the club. "To be honest, there's still a bitter taste in my mouth," said Union goalkeeper Andre Blake, who, along with Ray Gaddis and Richie Marquez, also lost to the Seattle Sounders 3-1 in 2014. "We've been there 2 years in a row. I think this time, the third time, hopefully we can get it right." Reaching the final again presents a unique situation for the Union, who will see their third appearance in 5 seasons. The 2 infamous losses were at home, but the next one will be away, the Union's first away match of the tournament. "Anytime a different team comes in your home ground and gets to celebrate and you have to watch them, it's always a horrible feeling," said Blake, whose club faces the Houston Dynamo at BBVA Compass Stadium. "We get a chance to go somewhere else and celebrate on someone else's pitch. It's gonna be great. I think all the guys are looking forward to it. They're also looking to avoid infamy." 3 final losses in 5 years would make the Union the Buffalo Bills of the modern Open Cup, something they'd desperately like to avoid. "Don't say that." Union manager Jim Curtin shot out, when presented with the possibility of becoming the Bills, who lost 4 straight Super Bowls. "We've had about as heartbreaking of losses as we could have had in those 2. I still believe it makes you stronger. Certain types of people that would say, I don't want to get to a final game because you could have that Buffalo Bills thing come up. But you can't operate like that in life. You have to go for it. It's that hungry dog mentality that could give the Union the edge, and first ever trophy. Soccer, to have a chance to be champions, you cannot lose," Fabinho said. "You have to play like it's the last game of your life. That's how we have to treat anyone we play against. Everybody has to have this mentality to win it this year." Chester, Pa. For the third time in 5 seasons, the Union are headed to the U.S. Open Cup final. With the go-ahead goal and insurance from forward Corey Burke, the Union outlasted the Chicago Fire to take the semifinals matchup 3-0 on a balmy Wednesday night at Talen Energy Stadium. The Union, who are 0-2 in final appearances both at home, will hit the road for their third to face the winner of LAFC Houston Dynamo at either Bank of California Stadium or BBVA Compass Stadium. In the 60th minute, Burke found the net off a beautiful give-and-go from Alejandro Bedoya and Borek Dakel. The captain chipped the final pass over the Fire's defensive back into Burke, who gathered and placed a shot past Richard Sanchez for the crucial 1-0 Union lead. Matching up with the Fire, who defeated Louisville City FC to advance, was a beneficial draw. The Union entered the match 2-0 against the Fire, with a 3-1 win at home on May 30th, and a dramatic, last-second, 4-3 win at Toyota Park on July 11th. They added another on Wednesday. In the 78th minute, after a heat-induced water break, Burke nabbed his second. He took a pass at the top of the box, split 2 Fire defenders with ease and played a right-footed shot past Sanchez for the 2-0 lead. It was also assisted by Bedoya. Union attacker Fafa Pico put a nail in the contest in the 86th minute by dishing to Sapong for the tap-in. Now down 3-0, the Fire were visibly gassed and defeated. Center defender Jack Elliott made the start for Mark McKenzie, who was sidelined with a knee contusion. Elliott was his typically sound self to preserve the shutout. You can tell the Union feel safe with him in the back. Andre Blake was also solid when he needed to be, earning the 1-save shutout. In the 17th minute, Haris Medunjanin nearly collected the goal of the season. Outside the box, the veteran ripped a golazo-style free kick that curled inside and beat Sanchez, but plunked off the crossbar. Outside of Medellín's attempt, it wasn't the most thrilling first half, with both clubs appearing sluggish at times. The Union finished the stanza with 9 shots, 1 on target. The second half was completely different, as all 7 of the Union's second-half shots went on frame. Box score: Portland, or Diego Valeri and Aaron Asprilla each scored on a penalty kick, and the Portland Timbers extended their unbeaten streak to 15 games with a 3-0 victory over the Philadelphia Union on Saturday night. Portland improved to 1-0-5 since its last loss on April 8 at Orlando. The undefeated run matches the club's MLS record of 15 games set in 2013. Philadelphia rested many of its starters, including captain Alejandro Bedoya, in anticipation of Wednesday's U.S. Open Cup semifinal. David Guzman also scored for the Timbers on a header in the 87th minute. Valeri's penalty came after Philadelphia's Fabinho pulled down Alves Powell in the 58th minute. Warren Craval tripped Valeri in the box for Asprilla's PK in the 84th minute. It was Portland's first match without Fernando Adi, who signed with FC Cincinnati this week. Adi, who had been with the Timbers since 2014, scored a late goal that gave Portland a 2-1 victory over Houston last weekend. FC Cincinnati, currently with the lower-tier USL, will join Major League Soccer as an expansion team next season. The Timbers were without Sebastian Blanco because of yellow card accumulation. Samuel Armenteros, who was listed as questionable with a sore back, started for Portland. Bedoya was listed as a sub for the match but entered in the 66th minute after Valeri's goal. Philadelphia hosts the Chicago Fire in the U.S. Open Cup semifinals. Other regular starters who are subs for the game include Harry Mendonyanan, Raymond Gaddis and David Occam. Coach Jim Curtin started forward CJ Sapong and defender Keegan Rosenberry. The match was scoreless after the first half. Portland's best chance appeared to be a shot by Andy Polo that sailed just over the goal in the 34th minute. Just before that, Timbers goalkeeper Jeff Adenella lunged to grab Sapong's left-footed shot toward the far post. Sapong had another opportunity in the opening minute of the second half, but Adenella came away with another save.